Hello everyone, in today's video we are taking a look at a scenario from Altson's Wixo where Greece wins the Napoleonic Wars. If you enjoyed this video then make sure to like and subscribe and leave any suggestions in the comments section. Also the flag in the thumbnail was made by Dutch Empire Mapping, so thank God for him. So to start off we look to this purple Balkan country. They kind of betrayed Greece in the 7 Years' War and therefore Greece launches an invasion and meets up with the river. When Greece pushes the purple team to the river, the second coalition forms against Greece. This includes Egypt's alliance, Turkey, and the Ukrainian country. Greece will continue making gains in the Balkans, however, due to the flow of Ukrainian supplies into the country. They won't be able to fully capture them, however, that won't get pushed back like in the original war. However, then Andreas, which was the extremely good general in the first coalition war, will arrive on the Ukrainian front and start making great gains. He fully invades the purple team and even makes a small invasion into Ukraine. In our timeline we saw Turkey starting an invasion of Greece, however in this timeline Greece and its sister Republic will begin the invasion, making pretty good gains and almost capturing the capital. Going back to the Greek front we see Greece pushing up to one of the rivers, however they are unable to push past it due to Ukraine having set up defenses and they could be preparing for a counterattack. In Cyprus we see both Greece and Egypt having a very hard battle over the island. Both sides will fight hard and fight very good, however it will end in Greece winning the battle and taking the island, which could be crucial in the war. Going to Turkey we see the coalition managing to push back the Greeks quite a bit due to more Greek forces being sent to Ukraine. With the help of the troops from Turkey we see Greece making very good gains. They cross the original river they were stuck at, then go even further and cross the next major one, taking the major city that was right next to it. These losses to Greece will cause Ukraine to go and withdraw from the coalition and agreeing separate peace deals to Greece, which will come into effect after the war with the coalition ends. With Ukraine pulling out of the coalition, a lot of Greek reinforcements come to the Turkish front, as well as this Andreas, the really good general, will also come to Turkey and do very well against the coalition. Seeing Greece's success, the coalition will make the decision to concede the war. The war of the second coalition will end in a Greek victory. For the first part of the peace treaty, Greece annexes a chunk out of the purple country. They turn the rest into a sister republic, while in the land they occupied in Ukraine they create another sister republic. On the Turkish front we see Greece annexing a lot of the land that was on the southern part of the front. The sister republic will expand yet a lot to the east, even taking Turkey's capital. Also Greece takes Cyprus. Not too long after the war we see Gibraltar having its revolution and converting into the same ideology as Greece. After the revolution Galicia invaded Gibraltar. However, in this scenario, before Galicia gets the chance to invade, the Triangle Alliance is formed between Gibraltar and Greece. Next we turn to Pink Romania, where they are the next country on Greece's list as they are simply in the way to better connecting with their territory. The Greeks will do very well as they are miles stronger than Pink Romania. They quickly invade and go for major cities, and within a few months Pink Romania will fall to Greece. In the peace treaty Greece takes the southern land of Pink Romania while the rest of the country is divided between the Ukrainian and Balkan sister republics. Next we look to Illyria, where similar to Gibraltar a revolution will happen in which the ideology converts into that of Greece and Gibraltar. They also join the Triangle Alliance. On the Italian peninsula on the border of Italy and Greece, undercover troops pretending to be a part of the Italian army will fire at patrolling Greek forces, starting a war between the Square Alliance and the Triangle Alliance. Quickly we see the Greeks advancing up the Italian peninsula, nearing the Roman capital as they blasted them in the previous coalition. They also managed to take control of Sicily. This war will snowball into a third coalition forming against Greece and the Triangle Alliance. All of Egypt's alliance will get involved, all of the Square team plus Turkey and Ukraine. The Greeks were expecting Ukraine to join this war and already had some of their military on the border, so they easily push into the country. However, on the Turkish front the Greeks won't do as well. They get pushed back in both their territory and their sister republic. Additionally, the old capital of the Turkish country is liberated. Off the coast of Carthage, over the span of a couple of days, roughly 350,000 Greek troops land. In the first few days they take any major city. The Greeks have had this operation planned for months, and with the help of some other Triangle Alliance troops they do extremely well, taking 3 more major cities and almost capturing the capital. Over in Morocco, Gibraltar makes a landing after a huge naval battle in the Strait of Gibraltar. Roughly 100,000 troops managed to make the landing. Something that did not happen in the original timeline is this: the Dutch country goes through a civil war. The people inspired by the revolutions and success of Greece, Illyria and Gibraltar rise up in order to restore the greatness of the Dutch team. The rebellion will quickly gain the support of people across the Dutch country and do very well. They make great advancements and the original Red Team government completely collapses, leading to the revolution winning. Going to the Ukrainian front, the Greeks push up to the Dnieper River, however are unable to go any further due to Andreas being sent to Turkey. In Turkey the Greeks fully kick out the invasion and make brilliant gains in Turkish land. they almost captured the capital of the country after a very long battle which ended in Turkish victory. And now in Italy we see the collapse of Rome. The Illyrians begin invading from the north and the Greeks ramp up their invasion in the south, and it's too much for Rome to handle and they surrender. With Greece helping Gibraltar in reforming its army, they will do pretty well in Africa, almost taking Morocco's capital and making some minor gains into Carthage. However, before Gibraltar can take the capital of Morocco, we see Galicia joining the coalition against Gibraltar and Greece. This will lead to Gibraltar getting fully kicked out of Morocco and Carthage. Additionally, Galicia starts 2 invasions of Gibraltar. However, not to fear, because the Dutch team is here. After they finish rebuilding from their civil war, they decide to join the Triangle Alliance to help spread their ideology. In order to have better supply connections with the rest of their allies, the Dutch country will quickly invade this dark blue country. Going to Turkey, the Greeks push even further. They capture the Turkish capital and most of their populated areas, leading the country to sort of fall into anarchy. In Carthage, they are completely pushed out of Libya, and the Greeks manage to capture all of Tunisia, including their capital. This will lead into Carthage being forced to surrender. With the arrival of Dutch troops and reinforcements from Italy, the Ukrainians will get absolutely slammed by the Triangle Alliance's armies. Seeing this, the coalition make the decision to surrender. For the first part of the peace treaty, we look at Ukraine, where the Ukrainian Greek sister republic will have huge land gains into the west of Ukraine, while Greece annexes Crimea due to it being the Greek Religans' Holy Land. Here we see Greece taking another chunk of Turkey along with the Turkish sister republic, which is very long now. Turkey moves their capital to Lebanon. Now we look to the rest of Europe. The Dutch country annexes the dark blue west country, while Illyria takes a chunk out of Rome. Greece takes a small coastal area of Rome, while their sister republic expands greatly. Now we go to Carthage, where Greece takes the heartland of the country that they once colonized long ago, and they set up another sister republic in where real-life Libya is. And lastly, we look to Iberia, where we only see Galicia taking a handful of provinces out of Gibraltar to prevent them from trying anything funny. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'm also considering making a part 2 to this video, so let me know if you'd want to see that. Anyways, have a good day and subscribe.